What's going on, everybody? It's Friday afternoon. Time for a Flathead 770 and just some coffee for right now because I still got a lot of work to do today, getting ready for my next trial on Monday. I want to thank everybody for the love and support I got after my jury trial this week. It was a hard-fought battle. The attorneys on the other side were excellent attorneys, friends of mine, and they fought hard and I fought hard. And the jury called it just how it had to be called, I think. And it was great. It was right. Thank y'all for all that support. So I got another trial coming up Monday, and it's actually not in court. It's a civil service hearing trial in Maumelle. And I think it's an important case. I think it needs to be documented. Seldom do I get the stars to line up for me like they are in this case. Now, those of you who know me or follow me, you know that I used to be a police officer for a long time, and before I was a lawyer. And I follow police, and I'm two things I really dislike: police who abuse their power. I sue police regularly for that. I have right now I have one of those going against a police department in northwest Arkansas. And the other thing I hate is police administrators who oppress good police officers. I regularly represent good police officers, people that I think have a case against their administrations. I have a couple of those going right now. I'm representing a female who was a lieutenant and had to file a lawsuit to get through me to get promoted to captain, and I have this case going now. It's an interesting case, and I think it's documentary worthy because one of the things you see in the world all the time is how the things that police can get away with and not get punished for, not get fired for, not get anything. When it comes to slamming heads and discriminating against people and racism, stuff like that, it seems like that there's no control. They're out of control. And yet, this case will show us about what, when they get pissed at a police officer and they don't like him, here's what they do. They find a reason to start some bullshit investigation, and then they pile on every little thing they can. And I've seen this 100 times. Well, maybe not 100 times, but a lot. I was a police officer for 14 years, and I've been doing this, and now since 2002, really, I've been in law since 2003. So they pile on everything they can, and if they would be careful and go through the necessary steps, they could fire these people and get rid of them. Because everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes little mistakes. And if they would just, take their time and document it, they could do it. But they never do. When they make up their mind they're going to fire them, by God, they're going to fire them right now. And they, make up a bunch of stuff and they pile it on. And when they pile it all up, it doesn't amount to a hill of beans. But they look at it from an angle, try to show it from an angle where it looks like a mountain, and they fire them. And that's what they've done here. My client has been a police officer there for, I don't remember, 16 or 17 years. I think he started in 2006. Clearly he's done a good job because he climbed up ranks to lieutenant, and he's never had a day off without pay, never had any significant discipline, a letter of caution here and there, whatever, but nothing in his file, basically. He's never gotten the department sued, never been even accused of anything serious, like, any sexual misconduct or any, violating people's rights. So we're going to see a case of what they will fire a police officer they don't like for. They'll let somebody else get away with murder, sometimes literally. But if they want to get rid of a cop that's never been in any trouble, they'll make up whatever they need to. Now, there are a lot of these cases, but seldom are they as good as this one for this simple reason. Or these simple reasons, maybe I should say. Usually, my client has just lost his or her job, and they're desperate, and they need, they want all the focus be on, get me my job back no matter what as soon as possible, And so, a lieutenant gets fired. I had one in South Arkansas where a captain got fired, and they offered him his job back as a patrolman, and he didn't take it. That case went well also, but many times they'll take whatever offer comes down the pipe because they just need some income real bad. Here, I've got a client who, he ain't hurting. His wife's got a good job, and by God, he's ready to fight. Let's go, he says. Or sometimes the accused officer did something embarrassing. we think that it's not, you know, worthy of them being fired, but they don't want everybody to know about it. So let's keep it low key. And this isn't something that we need to, you know, do a documentary over or spread out. You know, no, not the case here. My client here is accused of a bunch of bullshit. If I'm not mistaken, including right down to like a dirty car or a dirty uniform or something. And he is not at all embarrassed about having this on the news. We might be able to get this on the news. Let's see how this goes. Now, another thing is that generally the civil service, we're going in front of the Civil Service Commission, but we expect this just to be chapter 1. Normally the Civil Service Commission, not always, but normally the Civil Service Commission is just a rubber stamp for the chief. They're buddies with the chief, they know all the chief and the mayor, and they're just going to rubber stamp whatever the chief does. That's the usual case. I've tried to look into the history here a little bit. I know of about 3 cases that have gone before this Civil Service Commission before. I say this Civil Service Commission, I don't know if it's the same members, but in the past they've always rubber stamped the chief. Now, to be fair, I don't know what those cases were about. I don't know how good of a case the officer had, but I haven't had time to look into that. I will. But no police went and going in front of this Civil Service Commission historically. So that's what we expect to happen Monday. This is just chapter 1. But after that, you know, there's state court and there's federal court. And the good thing about this case is, 1, my client isn't afraid to talk about this in public or let me talk about it. And 2, he's ready to go for as long as it takes, whatever it takes. By God, let's go. I like this guy. So, the wind's blowing me here. The hearing is set for Monday all day. And if you want, you can come out and see it. If you want to see this shit show, you ought to come out. It's on Edgewood Drive, I think, in Maumelle. It's the city council chambers, wherever that is, like 550 Edgewood Drive in Maumelle. It starts at 9 a.m. Monday morning. But this is going to be a great case for us to see what they're willing to do to fire somebody who really ain't done nothing. And then we'll be able to link this up later with other cases where they won't fire somebody and they've done quite a great deal of wrong, okay? But it, you know, it depends on whether the chief likes you or dislikes you or all the politics involved. So we're gearing up for Monday. It's going to be a shit show. Y'all should come out and see it.